Well, howdy y'all. Today we're going to be doing law of sines. And law of sines is similar to law of cosines. We're going to still be solving for triangles. When I say solving for triangles, I mean we're going to be solving for either a angle of a triangle or a side length. And we're given these formulas, and once again, that we're going to remember that lowercase letter denotes side lengths and uppercase letters denote angles, and side lengths are always directly across from their angles. So I'll go ahead and draw some draw some arrows. So, and then we also notice that these are three equivalent statements, so we can flip-flop the order. And in order to solve for them, we only really need two. So we could write a over the sine of a is equal to little b over the sine of capital B. And then to solve for one of those four, it's like a proportion, so we can go ahead and just crisscross multiply. And a side note, we use the law of sines when solving for an angle side, or we're given angle side, an angle side angle, or a side angle. So a side angle. That's good. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a triangle, and we're gonna solve a couple problems. Okay. So, given triangle, we'll do this in purple. Given triangle A, B, C, and let's say we're given that the angle of measure, or the angle of the measure of angle A, there we go, is 38, and the measure of angle B is 28. We know that the side of side A, which is over here, across from angle A, is 17. And they want to know what is side C, so we'll call it X. So we want to know what little c is. That's the question of the day. Now, because I know that we know that all the interior angles of a triangle add up to be 180 degrees, we can add these two up and subtract them from 80 to get the angle of angle C, or the measure of angle C, which is 114. So we'll go ahead and write that. Now, using this, we're going to go ahead and I'll use this top bunch of equations for this one. So, write what we know. We know that the measure of side A is 17 over the sine of angle A, which is 38, is equal to X over the sine of 114. So we have little a over the sine of big A is equal to little x, or little c, over the sine of big C. And once we crisscross multiply, we get the fact that the sine of 38 times x is equal to 17 times the sine of 114, and we'll simplify that even further to get x is equal to 17 times the sine of 114 over 38. That's a 14. I'll go ahead and erase that real fast. There we go. It looks less like a 9 now. Okay. Now, getting back, once I type this all into my calculator and I make sure that I'm in degree mode, I get the fact that the side length of C, or X, is approximately equal to 25.2. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take this time to announce the fact that I had made a mistake in last night's video, or Thursday night's video. Yeah, Thursday night's video for class on Friday. I had inputted in a side length wrong, and Brian was kind enough to point that out to me in class. So do take care when you're using these formulas to make sure that we use the correct measurements and plug them in for the correct values. I think I had messed up a little a and a little c. Okay, so one more problem. This time we're going to solve for the measure of an angle. So why don't we go ahead and get started. So, given a triangle ABC, same old song and dance, we'll label the triangle A, B, C. We know that the measure of angle A is 80 degrees. We know that side A is 6.5. And we know that side B is 3.4. So we don't know side C, and we don't know the measures of angle C or angle B. We wanted to find the measure of angle B. So this is what we're asked. And I'm going to go ahead and use the other formula. So scrolling back up, now I'm going to use these guys. So the measure of angle B is the sine of big B over the side side B, which is 3.4, is equal to the sine of 80 over 6.5. So once again, that was the measure of the sine of angle A over the side A is equal to the sine of angle B over side B. And once again we will crisscross multiply, and I chose to use these formulas to make my cross multiplication a little bit easier. So it would be 6.5 times the sine of B is equal to 3.4 times the sine of 80. And we divide both sides by 6.5, and this will give us the sine of B, but they wanted the measure of angle B. So we're going to have to do one more step after this. So 3.4 times the sine of 80 degrees over 6.5. Now in your calculators, we're going to have to take the arc sine of both sides. So we'll get the measure of angle B, which is capital B, is equal to the arc sine, or sine to the negative 1, of 3.4 times the sine of 80 over 6.5. Once we type that into our calculator using all the appropriate sets of parentheses, we get the angle of measure B is approximately equal to 31 degrees. Okay guys, I will see you in class on Monday. Have a great weekend.